Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ciaramitaro, and this
I'm the husband.
is Brian Ciaramitaro, my husband, and you are watching Rowena Francis. So last week I posted a video on preparing for a fast throughout the season of Lent. This week has been the start of my prep week, and I brought Brian alongside with me to join in and start this prep for the fast, as well as with the fast. So
you can imagine how excited I am about, cutting out all of this caffeine and sugar out of my life right now.
yes, he had a great week. It was wonderful. So stay tuned. We're going to tell you exactly how our week of detox from sugar and caffeine went. Brian,
Sheri,
what did you cut out?
this week I believe I was originally supposed to cut caffeine out and potentially next week cut out sugar, but I kind of did them both together.
Yes, you did.
I did.
How'd it go? Did you have a headache?
I did not have any headaches related to cutting out the caffeine and the sugar. I don't think that I have a very high intake of caffeine or sugar. I do drink some general black tea with sugar, which was probably the biggest adjustment I had to make this week. But I think I did end up with a headache multiple times this week, but I believe that was really related to the weather. We live in an area where the weather really just jumps high and low.
Yeah.
Swings 40 degrees sometimes in a single day, and that can really play
With your
play with your
sinuses.
sinuses. And Now on top of that, though, I did find that the lack of caffeine is something that affected my head in a different way, because normally when I get a headache related to the weather, I sometimes do use caffeine to be able to help moderate that.
Yeah.
And this week I didn't, so
Right.
just dealt with a headache a few days related to the weather.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I am a little bit more addicted to caffeine than he is, because I definitely like my warm drinks, my tea, my coffee. But I did things differently to cut it out. Right? Yeah, I didn't go cold turkey. The first day I ended up waiting until like right before that moment when you get that headache from withdrawal, and then I was gonna have a coffee. But what I ended up doing instead was I made a decaf coffee and I added some essential oils to it, and I found that the oils that I used a metabolic blend, really kind of took that headache away. So it was kind of nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and sugar was never really an issue for me because I don't really eat sugar. So that was no big deal. Which is kind of why I ended up deciding to do both this week, which, sorry about your luck there.
Yeah. All those sugar cravings I had all weekend. Yeah.
Actually, there was one moment where I was going to reach for a muffin, and then at the last second I was like, oh no, I can't have a muffin. So, yeah.
Although I did realize, I think I went to the movies on Friday night and realized that I had a iced tea. And it was like, oh wait, I shouldn't have had an iced tea tonight.
Yeah.
But anyways,
It's
it wasn't
okay.
any sort of a big deal.
It's not legalistic or anything. It's just trying to prep.
I definitely prepped this week for fasting. One thing that I discovered this last week, because I was looking for alternatives to my black tea, and I was drinking a bunch of jasmine tea. So I found some jasmine tea with some honey, and I used that for multiple cups of tea.
Anyways, so this next week we are going to continue on.
I still think there's something other things that were relevant here.
Oh.
One thing that we noticed this last week was my wife has used caffeine to replace her energy levels on a regular basis.
Yes, and so what happened was when I gave up caffeine, I realized that I was once again deficient in B12. I started sleeping again. So I have spent the majority of the week taking naps. I can't get through the day right now without taking a nap, but I blame that on the lack of B12. Fine, I am taking a good nap during the day. That's kind of it for our week. We are going to continue this prep for this next week because we're starting to fast on March 6th. So,
After Fat Tuesday.
yes.
Do you know, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were saying that punchkis, right, are only really part of this kind of general area, that punchkis is not like all around us. It's more like a Windsor thing, or you know,
really?
Michigan, Windsor thing. So
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
comment below if in your town you eat punchkis for Fat Tuesday. Well, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys are doing well in your fasting prep. Let me know how it's going for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. With that, happy fasting. Happy prep week. So now that he's gone, I'm just gonna rectify this little B12 thing. Yes, I'm sleeping. I can't help it right now. I'm trying. I'm taking B12 pills, trying everything that I can without caffeine to make it through an entire day without sleeping. But yeah, it's hard. Anyways, toodles.